Oh, I hope you're wearing your siege pants today because we've got a 3v3 siege battle on Total War Rome 2. And man, let me tell you, this battle has it all. It's got drama, it's got comedy, it's got dance, teamwork, and a surprise ending. So surprising that you'll say, wow, that was surprising. Today's battle is at the grand city of Alexandria, and the attacking forces, we've got Aravaci, Pontus, and Carthage. On the defense for today, we've got Suebi, Tylus, and Macedon. So guys, you know what to do. Grab your snacks and drinks, sit somewhere comfortable, and enjoy the carnage. Also, don't forget to subscribe. Guys, we're so close to 1 million. It's insane. Less than 40,000 to go. Just, if you haven't subscribed yet, come on. Like, help me. Help a brother out. All right, well, the siege towers, or actually the tortoises, are being pushed forward, which are going to do some fantastic work against these walls. They'll crumble them down in no time. But Carthage and Aravaci leading the charge right now. They have not used all the tortoises. It's actually sometimes a good idea to do a delay attack with the tortoises, because sometimes defenders will get comfortable and they'll just assume that a section of the wall won't fall down, and then later you break it down, which creates an issue, and you can push through or you know, break their defense by just catching them off guard. Suebi also has sallied out some riders of the hunt. So this is a light melee cav, very fast. They're not the most threatening in terms of, like, if they're fighting against your cav, but if they catch some archers off guard, something like that, they could definitely do some damage. So Pontus is sending some of his own cav that way, as well, some Pontic Royal cav. Whoa, hello. I felt that was personal. I felt like the player knew I was over there. He wasn't going for the cav, he was going for me. No, yeah, he was going for the cav. But yeah, ooh, I guess he's going for the general, and you can see, wow, that got a ton of kills there. But I guess he's worried about this general. Obviously, if you take out that cav, it opens it up because they don't really have that much cav defending the sally out from the defenders. So you take out that cav, you're looking pretty good. We also have Macedon sending over some cav as well. So this is a heavy shock cav. So this could potentially be a problem. But I like that they're being patient here, not forcing a fight, and they most likely will charge out when the attackers are more focused on the breach points over here. And sure enough, they have they went ahead and grabbed some. Okay, I see what they're doing here. Oh, and then here comes Suebi. Nice. Suebi sending out some club levy, which is going to disrupt this assault. And this is a smart play by Aravaci as well. They're retreating their spears, avoiding a fight, because it's not a big deal. Like, you just simply run away. This club levy is not going to chase them all the way down here. You know, they're just hoping that they don't run away and they get an easy kill on an Iberian spearman unit. But the Aravaci and Carthage, they are using cheap troops right now. Oh, here comes a sally out from Noble Horse. Hold on. Okay, things have just gotten really interesting here. They just went through the gate, and now they're gonna just do a little hit and run, I suppose, on this late Libyan hoplite unit. It's actually pretty good. This is not a cheap unit, so they're going to try to do some damage there. They do actually do a considerable amount of damage. They're down to 126 men, and now this cav is coming over to destroy the Iberian spearmen, which is not so much, and I'm just constantly checking over here. I want to make sure I'm not missing anything with this cav, but it's not so much a big deal. Oh, now they sallied out Celtic warriors as well. Oh, yeah, this is good. This is actually really good from the defenders. Good work on micromanagement, good work on catching them by surprise. But it's not the end of the world if Aravaci loses cheap troops. Oh, jeez. Do you see that? That ball just directly hit this guy, and he is dead. So that's unfortunate. Man, that just, I mean, that's war. I mean, just things come out of nowhere and take you out. So, but yeah, that's a good play. And look, they're still just running around with spearmen now. Is this Levy Freeman? So I love this sally out. It's a trickle sally out that's really been working, catching the attackers off guard. And they're using different breach points to catch them by surprise. And that's the thing, guys. Like, keep your armies, your troops nearby these like, support them, because this can happen. Here we go again. Look at this. We got Riders of the Hunt. Oh my gosh, they are doing a fantastic job with this sally out. They are being very strategic here, very precise, very focused, and not being too risky, just going for easy targets. And and notice too, he didn't send everything out at once. He's slowly sending units out and maybe just tricking the attackers, thinking that, you know, okay, that's it for the sally out. Oh, there's another cav unit. Okay, that should be it. Oh, nope, there's another cav unit. And nice combination there with Swaby. Is that is the cav unit that was over here. They must have just crossed the river, went through this way, and got some of these guys by surprise. This is going to open up for this heavy shock cav for Macedon. And you can see the Pontus general is now pulling back. He's got to go deal with this because things are getting out of hand for the start of this battle. They're now having to send up reinforcements to get on these tortoises and finish the job. Nice little jabby throw by the Scutari. Or is it Scutarii? I'm gonna stick with the Scutari. Anyways, nice little jabby throw. And the Celtic Warband are gonna be toast here. But how many kills did they get? 155 kills. And now we have Pontus sending in some hillmen to flank, which is a bit overkill, but why not? You know, if you can kill the unit faster, go for it. We do have some units up on the walls, some Thurio spears throwing down, doing some damage. Look at that. They've got one kill. Not doing a lot of damage, but except for that one guy. Okay, two. They're at two now. So there you go. But, you know, it's a good idea. It's a smart idea. You definitely want... Oh, there we go. Now they're got 6 kills. But it's a good support unit. It's a smart play, even though it didn't lead to a ton of kills. And it has pushed back the attackers. This has been a mess right here. They haven't even destroyed these walls. They've only really breached through this point here. Aravachi is sending over a tortoise as we speak, and now we have Swaby up on the walls with, is this Club Levy? Bloodsworn. He's got the Bloodsworn, and he's throwing down and trying to get some nice flanking fire on this infantry that are pushing forward some siege equipment. It's Iberian spearmen. They're not the best of units, but still, like, every kill adds up. So it's not a terrible idea to just throw. And this isn't a skirmish unit, by the way. The unit that was up here throwing javies, that's an infantry unit. So it's not a big deal if they don't get the absolute most quality kills with those javies. They're still getting kills. It still adds up. So not a bad idea. Now he needs to desperately get his infantry. Can this lone soldier make it? Yes. Yes, he can. He's like, guys, wait up for me. Hold on. All right, so yeah, wall down. They save their men, and good for them. And that's another breach, all in the same area over here. Well, oh, there's some artillery coming in. And Tylus has some Celtic warriors. They're gonna plug the gap here, it looks like. And a lot. Okay, now we've got skirmishers up here throwing. So this is the Germanic slingers, already at 41 kills. And they're probably going to finish off this Iberian spearman. I think they're going to break them completely. The spears are trying to answer back, which is really dumb. Oh, that's like equivalent of, like, charging a machine gun nest. Like, you're not, unless you have, like, tons of troops, it's not going to translate, really. And there goes another section of wall. And Aravachi being the first one to charge in here with some Iberian swordsmen. I think that was the plan there, to just take that Javi throw, that Javi volley So the more quality troops that charge in don't have to feel that wrath from the Celtic warriors. I'm curious to see if... Okay, they have broken down this. I'm curious to see if they try to get back on these tortoises, but I just love how aggressive these defenders are being with their spears. I think this is another Thurios spears unit as well. Yeah, 37 kills. Look at that. They're just making it impossible. Ooh. Nice. I don't know. Macedon was not paying attention. They just lost a bunch of spears. They're now down to 117 where they started with 160. Oof, that was close too. So at least they're going to be able to save most of their unit, but they do take unnecessary casualties there. And we have a huge wall of siege towers being pushed up by Aravaci. Now, back this way, Pontus has shifted a lot of troops over to this right side. And we're seeing once again some Cav sally out. Riders of the Hunt. They are at 28 kills. Not really getting a ton of kills there. Again, it's not the best of Cav. But it's a threat, and it's keeping the attackers busy, making them look around all scared like. We've got this heavy shock Cav that has 45 kills. Unfortunately, we didn't see them go into action, but they must have charged in and obviously have done some damage with 45 kills. You know, not bad. Now we got the general here, and this is dangerous. You know, sending up your general alone. You never know what could be waiting for you out here. You definitely don't want to lose your general early on. Now, of course, you can't be too passive. If there's an opportunity for your general to go in and do some damage, then sure, go for it. Oh, he decided to change course. He's not going to go for it. He must have... Maybe he just spotted this Cav and he's like, no, I'm out of there. Oh, the artillery's now firing at him. He's down to 68 bodyguard, originally having 80, so he's lost some troops. And still no major assault here. We do have Pontus charging in some infantry. Pontic swordsman doing a little bit of, it looks like a little bit of a cycle charge. The heavy Pontic infantry, pretty solid infantry. But yeah, what did he cycle charge him? Oh, Hillman? Dude, maybe he's trying to set up a jabby throw. No, it doesn't look like it. Maybe? I think he's... Maybe he was getting hit hard by a skirmisher unit. Look at this artillery shot. Look at this. Oh, he's still going for the general. He's really trying to snipe out this general. Because, like I said, not only is it the general, but it's the only Cav unit that the attackers have. So they have no way of you know, they're going to have a tough time defending against quick Cav like this if they only have one Cav unit. Man, they're really going for this general, which of course is going to make him run away. Now we've got Swaby coming in to support Tylus. Club Levy. The Club Levy are a fantastic unit because they're so cheap and they have a lot of projectile. They have a lot of jabbies that they can use. And it looks like he's trying to use that. Look at that. Nice little use of the Thurios spears. And no, okay, so the Club Levy, they might be out of range ammo, so they're going to charge in. Tylus is going to charge in on the other side. And Pontus is a sandwich right now. And look how quickly, yep. I was going to say, look how quickly he's going to lose his troops, and then he breaks there. He's definitely going to lose a lot of troops here, fighting for their lives. I'd be running out of there too. Like, no, this is not a good situation. So hopefully the attackers, excuse me, hopefully the attackers just continue to consolidate. They need to continue to keep their troops together because they're kind of trickling in, which makes it so easy for the defenders to overwhelm and flank and defeat in detail, to, you know, destroy in detail. We got the Greek ballista over here. Wall artillery with 47 kills, so it's been active slightly. We've got units going back to the walls, which is the Thurios spears. And now, here we go. We've got a ram, or a tortoise, bringing down the walls. Of course, Club Levy's going to try to take it out, but good reaction there by Aravaci, setting up some decent infantry. There we go. Nice. So, the breaches are enough. At this point, there's no point on destroying these breaches because they're not even defending over here. They've fallen back a good amount to the point where you can absolutely charge in. You know, you're not going to get any more advantage of destroying these walls. It's mostly open now. And I like how this cav unit's not giving up from Swaby, just patiently waiting to strike. The general, what is he down to now? 62 men after that bombardment. We've got archers nearby that looks like these are Peltis. Actually, Peltis are very good against cav because they do so much damage to a cav unit that's charging in or nearby. So we'll see what happens. But here we go. The floodgates look like they have finally opened. And now the attacking infantry is going to make their way into the settlement. We've got Carthage charging in with some excellent mercenary Samnite warriors. We've got Pontic swordsmen going in from Pontus. So nice combination of arms there. Well, it's not really a combination, but nice combination of units. It's all the same arms. They're all shielded swordsmen. Tyla is now setting in tribal warriors. Tribal warriors, excellent unit. Very good at holding in situations like this. So this is going to be a tough grind for the attackers, for Pontus and Carthage to break through this. They might need to get archer support to get through this fight. You notice the cycle charging that's going on here from the tribal warriors, just trying to keep them fresh, get that charge bonus. Over here, oh my goodness, we've got Bloodsworn just going off with their javies, throwing hatred down the field and getting some kills on some mercenary Samnite warriors. Not a good sign. Absolutely not a good sign. Also, it looks like slingers. Look at, there's slinger ammo. See these little rocks? So they are hitting them with slingers as well. This Samnite warrior unit is getting absolutely desecrated. They need to charge in, honestly. But this is really good. So notice the flank here. So they're in a tough position, Carthage is. Because if they charge in... Sorry, I went Yoda on you. If Carthage charges in here, their flank is going to be exposed to skirmish fire from those walls. They are falling back, I think, because, yes, Carthage is sending up archer support to try to counter those slingers. But this Samnite warrior unit, this is a waste because this is a really good unit, fairly expensive. So with them ending with 31 kills, I mean, there's still 82 men in the unit, but they've lost almost half. This is not good. No, in fact, yeah, almost half. Now half. They've lost half now. So not a good sight over there. There is yet to be any kind of push here. It looks like Arvachi might be pushing here. I don't know what he's really trying to do with these siege towers. I guess he's protecting, kind of building an anti-archer wall for the rest of the army. So it does appear that the attackers are going to concentrate most of their focus on this breach point, and because of that, the defenders are going to be able to do the same thing. They're going to concentrate their defenses, and it looks like this might become a mighty meat grinder near the Colosseum, or the arena here. I wouldn't quite call this a Colosseum, but this arena can be destroyed with one hit from artillery, and it can do damage to the units standing by it. So that's something to consider when you play on Alexandria, is that the troops nearby can easily take some damage there from falling rubble. Now Pontic swordsman back into the fight. We've got, ooh, what is Swaby doing here with the sword masters? Ooh, you might want to turn off fire at will with these guys, because throwing their ammo on the wall, you're not going to hit anything. Pontus is up there fighting. See, what do they got? Pontic swordsmen, and they're taking on some Bloodsworn. I'm pretty sure the Pontic swordsmen, well, I was gonna say that I don't think they'll win, but they're currently losing. So yeah, I don't think they're gonna break through these Bloodsworn, even though it looks really awkward. It looks like half the unit's disinterested. They're like, nah, I'm not gonna turn around and fight. I'm just gonna look at the beautiful view of Alexandria. Isn't that nice? You know, what are they doing? Like, turn around, fight. But very fun, very cool. Let's see. Ooh, we might get a little bit of a cav engagement here with the Pontic Royal Cav. They've got 14 kills. They're still at 62 cav. And it does appear that they charged this heavy shock cav and actually did a considerable amount of damage, but we'll see how this plays out. But I'm just kind of looking around, making sure. Ooh, we got a cav unit over here. This is the same Riders of the Hunt. They have somehow ended up all the way over on this side now. And it looks like the artillery's out of ammo. Let's see. Is this the crew? Yeah, and they only got 12 kills. So they used most of their ammo on the walls. But let's head back over to the main fight because Carthage has given the order to charge in. Look at that. They have given the order. A great battle going on here. I'm just going to appreciate the carnage of the front line. Oh. Always nice to take your time and appreciate the close-ups in Total War. Back here, Aravachi is now sending in reinforcements to help both Pontus and Carthage, of course. But we got a combined force of Tylus sending tribal warriors and sword masters. This is two really good units, so this is going to be tough to fight through. This is going to be, like I said earlier, it's going to be a meat grinder. An absolute meat grinder. Okay. Whoa. What's going on here? A lot of cav running around here. Okay, so actually, Carthage does have a general's bodyguard. He's lost 5 men in that general's bodyguard. I wonder what they were trying to do there. I did not see. I didn't know that Carthage had the cav general. So it looked like they were going to make a play possibly against Macedon, but again, that would be silly because there's archers up here that would sling down and support this cav. So a smart move to not go through with that if that was their intention, which I'm not sure. And oh, they are just turning these Carthaginians into Swiss cheese. Swiss cheese. And now we've got Swaby, the Bloodsworn, sending over reinforcements. And I'm curious to see, this could be a good potential delay attack over this breach. If the defenders really get tunnel vision here. Look, because he really wants to flank around. He's going for it. This is big. This is a big moment right here. He's going for the flank. Honestly, just sit here and throw jabbies. Please tell me. The Bloodsworn have jabbies. Yes. So they just need to sit here and throw. Are they going to do it, though? I don't know. It takes a while sometimes for them to set up. Oh, Carthage came in. Nice job by Carthage by seeing that potential threat, sending over some Libyan infantry and cutting off the Bloodsworn from the flank. Now, this unit's still able to throw, though, a little bit, which it is a problem for the Libyan infantry. Look at the carnage. Look at the damage that they're doing right now. This poor guy has it in his shoulder. Oh, it just disappeared. That's nice. That's very nice. Now, more and more Aravachi guerrilla warriors charging into the settlement. And and then we've got slingers over here slinging over the rubble. And what are they going for? They're going for the Celtic slingers. So that's a good target right there. I was worried that they were going for this heavy infantry with the slingers. It just felt like it would be a waste of ammo. And look at these Thuria spears just charging out and really pursuing these archers. Now, there's some infantry closing in that's going to cut them off. I don't know if this is intentional by Macedon, but this is dangerous. You don't want to lose your Thurio spears so early, especially if they still have ammo left over, because what makes them so strong is the fact that they're basically one Javi away from being considered a skirmish unit. They have a lot of skirmishing capabilities. So, and they are falling back. At least this unit's falling back. This unit might be too stuck in. Okay, no, they're going. They're going. They're going to try to get out of there. Okay, so I think that was a bit of a mistake by Macedon. But good play by Aravachi to send in a unit and to stop them in their tracks so their archers don't get overwhelmed. But so far, this defense has felt pretty solid. I love this little forest battle. The palm tree forest battle over here. But yeah, the defense does feel like it's going very well. They're really making the attackers be punished here. They've lost a lot of troops. The skirmishing has been very effective. There's been a huge push over on the wall over here. The Scutori, the Pontic swordsmen, they're trying to carve their way. They want to gain control of this wall, and that's smart. Because if you do gain control, you can flank behind this very strong defense from the defenders. But the defenders are not going to make this easy. As you can tell, they've got some sword masters up on the wall. They've got some archers down here that could even shoot at the flank of that infantry fighting on the wall. So there's a lot of options there. But now Swaby sending in reinforcements once again, really trying to stop Carthage in their tracks. Here comes reinforcements, guys. Scutari, medium melee infantry, so they're gonna throw their Javi. Like, every unit has Javis in Rome too. Almost every unit. So naturally, you gotta take advantage of that, and you gotta try to exhaust that ammo before you charge in your infantry. Here comes more Libyan infantry. They're coming in to support their Carthaginian brothers here. Nice clash against the tribal warriors of Tylus, which are a formidable foe for these Carthaginian Libyan infantry. So let's zoom out really quick, get a bird's eye view, and we can get a quick glance of how many units are left. There's still a lot of units left for both sides. We've seen a lot of killing so far, a lot of action so far, but it's really only in 2 choke points, here and here. So it's going to be, you know, like I said, it's going to be a more of a grind battle, especially fighting on this side of Alexandria, where there's a lot of streets and choke points that the defenders can hold. But a lot of death over on this side. Sword Masters with 104 kills. And the Guerrilla Warriors with 36 kills. They're not exactly on the same playing field as the Sword Masters, but they're certainly going to try. They're certainly going to try. The good thing is the Sword Masters are winded. Oh! And now we got archer fire coming in. They really want to break through on this side. Oh yeah, it's Carthage. Mercenary, Cretes, and archers. 34 kills with this unit and 89 with this unit. Now 91. So they're racking up those kills. Now, they have lost on this wall up here, guys. Oh, now the archers are firing at them. Look at that. Archers are changing targets. Actually, no. One archer is going for this blob of infantry. The other archer is going for the sword masters, which is smart. Take out those sword masters from afar because they are very tough to kill up close. All right, back over into the center, guys. Carthaginians just constantly streaming in more and more of their troops. You know, Tylus is, they've got a cav unit. They've sallied out a cav unit, which already has 172 kills, going for the slingers. They're going for the slingers of Aravachi, which only have 2 kills, so they're still very fresh. You got to keep them running. You can't stand still. Oh, I think they're going to save them. I think they're going to save these slingers. Now we've got mercenary Samnite warriors coming in with the cab as well. Hopefully that stops their breaking. They're still breaking, though. If these guys actually rout from the battle, that will be very bad for the Aravachi. You don't want to lose slingers like this. Oh! A nice little charge coming in from Pontus to help out. They're really trying to save these slingers. Get the slingers out of there. You should have enough cav to pull these slingers out. But they're going to kill this Tylus cav. But it finished with 221 kills. There we go. And the slingers, they're going to... I don't know if they're going to be able to recover from this. They still have 73 men, but that was messy. That Tylus cav just did not want to die. And they are now charging through this breach here, guys. I mean, at least with one unit. And check this out. This is brutal. He's using some Thurio spears to attack the flank. He might as well just charge in. It looks like they're out of ammo. So just charge in and get behind these Scutari. Take them out here. But hey, here comes more Scutari. And look at Macedon trying to quickly reorganize so their militia hoplites do not get flanked. And you can see the frame rate is low because there is a lot of troops in one area. A lot of troops. Look at this now. I think Carthage have kind of taken a step back, and now it's all Aravaci going in. And I like the fact that Aravaci was the third army to kind of go in full force because a lot of their units are weak to archer fire. My goodness, look at this mess. This mess of a battle. But yeah, a lot of their units are weak to archer fire, so you want to send them in a little bit later to where there's less ammo, there's less units with ammo, so there's less of a chance of your men getting cut down by, you know, slingers or archers or anything like that. So a nice little push there by the attackers, but it's quite clear. Oh, look at this. Pontus has broken through here, and the defenders are calling it quits. They're going after this this ballista on the wall, but the defenders are calling it quits on this side. Now, of course, they can hold this breach right here, and they absolutely will. But I'm just kind of looking around, and it's looking like Macedon is the last, relatively speaking, is the most strong faction from the defenders. It's getting to the point where there's definitely a significant drop of troops for the defenders, and it's eventually at one point you might have to call it quits and consolidate your forces at the final stand area, because there's just too many breaches, too many choke points that you're gonna have to hold. Like over here, this is really concerning. They have completely pushed back the defenders to the Colosseum, which what that does is open up a flanking opportunity to get behind Macedon over here, who's second in line to hold back the ocean of red of Aravaci from charging in. Aravaci definitely looks like they are going to lose over here on this side unless they send up reinforcements. Pontus is sending in, and Carthage. Pontus and Carthage sending in reinforcements. I don't think, by the looks of it, it doesn't really appear that the attackers are focused on winning over here. I think that what they want to do is just keep sending troops in and keep them busy while the main force continues to push the center and flank around on the right here. And look at, yep, that's exactly what they're doing. They are taking control of this situation. They're going to send this unit here and this unit here, most likely. And they have split. That's perfect. Nice. Very nice. Good charge, really, from both sides. But they have split off the reinforcements from coming in. And now this is, oh, great play. Great awareness from Carthage. Notice how the Thorax Swordsman's backs are turned to the archers, so the archers are now going to be able to focus fire on that unit and crush them, because obviously their shields are facing the other way. So good job with the bows. Is that going to be enough, though? I think it will, but they're getting a taste of their own medicine right here. Actually, they're getting hit by archers as well, so this might be a bit of an even split, unless Pontus sends up reinforcements, which they do have. They got some Thurio spears. They can send them up here. They definitely need to get them up here. I'd set them up right here, and then they can fire kind of at the flank of this Thorax swordsman. Unfortunately, yes, taste of his own medicine. Pontus is getting focused down by the archers, and we've got, you know, a victorious Macedon. A victorious Macedon. So it's, like I said, these siege battles all come down to skirmishing. Infantry positioning, of course, is very important, but if you have archers in position to help out, it's going to win you the battle. Thurio spears in a pretty good position over here, too. They're kind of at the flank of this big mosh pit of a battle. Look at this. Massive mosh pit. The carpet of dead. Look at all the fallen soldiers fighting for this very strategic position in Alexandria. It's been a lot of fun so far. Now Carthage charges in a weak Libyan infantry. Have they broken through over here? They have. They have. So I guess the defenders have pulled a lot, or did they retreat? No, it looks either they were crushed, because it was just militia hoplites now that I think about it. But they have broken through. They just have to deal with Tylus over here. And I'm looking around with the Cav. I don't see any. I think they're done with sallying out. So we're not the attackers don't have to worry about any defensive Cav coming out of the city anymore. But this is definitely coming down to the wire, guys. I mean, it's gonna be up to Macedon and Tylus, because the other faction's pretty much gone. Yeah. So it's just down to Macedon and Tylus to win this battle. We'll see. We'll see if they can pull this off. Go back into this fight. Get some nice close-ups. Yeah, Swaby is gone, guys. I mean, they've got archers and they've got a general unit, so they're not completely gone, but most of their infantry... I mean, it's not that Swaby did a bad job, it's just that Swaby was in charge of the initial defense. And there goes Swordmasters. This is definitely an attempt to push and to inflict many casualties. Oh, this is big from the defenders. This is looking good. The defenders are definitely cleaning this up. And look at this general go in. Now he's got to be careful because he is getting hit on the side there by arrows. And now he's getting hit from this side as well. Oh, this is not good. He might have bit off more than he could chew. Let's see, he's not losing too many though. I mean, he's lost about 20 men. So he decides to kind of join the fight this way. This kind of negates the archer presence. There we go. So he did a good job of preserving his general. He lost, you know, a good amount, almost 30 men, but I see what he was trying to do there. He's trying to get the attackers by surprise. Look at Pontus though, flanking behind their position, and there's really nothing to defend. The general of Swaby has to go back and hold this position because Pontus is getting nice and aggressive. Oh. Yeah, these Swordmasters are going to be tough to kill, and they're actually falling back, and because of that, they're letting them flank around the defenders. What a mistake that was. You cannot let them do that. You got to keep your general in the fight. That was a mistake by Swaby. And now they've broken Tylus and Macedon, and the attackers have completely broken through this area. And they've got pikes in position too. I love that. We don't see pikes too often because they're pretty easy to take care of if you have skirmishers. So often when you see pikes in action, if people actually bring pikes, it's at the very end of the battle where it's less likely they're going to have to deal with skirmishers because, you know, they've already used up so much ammo or they've already lost so many archers. But over here, they're doing a good job. Pontus is keeping Macedon busy, and Tylus is the rear guard here. If this unit falls, which it's a unit of 21, which is not going to last for long, they're going to be able to flank behind Macedon. Macedon might as well get this unit right here, this militia hoplite, out of there and to regroup. I think, yeah, they need to... Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, what the heck? What were they thinking? What was Carthage thinking? He just threw in his general. He must have desperately have trying to get these archers over here, but you can't get greedy like that. Now we have a death of a general for Carthage. I like the aggressive play, but you don't want to be so aggressive it's just, you know, reckless. But it's not a big deal because Carthage is already low on an army, so there's not much of an army to lead. So even though the general died there, it's not a huge deal. But this is definitely going to come down to a final stand situation. Oh, wait. Oh, here's a general. Nice. Good job by Pontic Royal Cav to get behind the defenses and break these archers. Guys, I cannot stress enough, any opportunity you have to get archers. Now, he's got to be careful. He doesn't want to lose them here. He probably wants to get out of there, unless he's just doing a suicide, a reckless charge. I got to be careful. That word is not liked by YouTube, so I try not to use it. But yeah, he's got to be careful. He's trying to get him out of there. This is dangerous. This unit has 245 kills. Good job by Pontus. I mean, he really got bullied at the beginning of the battle. His general just getting hit by artillery nonstop. So great job by him to kind of get in, get out. Really like that. And they have completely cleared up this defense area of the siege, and now they can consolidate their forces and begin to approach the final stand. We've got some levy pikemen. Oh, that's not good. That's a bad sign. When levy pikemen is the only unit holding the street, that means they are out of infantry. And by the looks of it, yeah, very much so. We got foot companions over here, which is another pike unit. This is where the archers will excel. We've got Macedon with some thorax swordsmen. That's honestly their best unit that they have left. I mean, they've got sword masters, but they're depleted and tired. Are they tired? Yeah, they're okay. They're active. So it's going to be interesting to see how they approach this. Yeah, just bombard this guy with projectiles. Excellent. That's how you do it right there. Yeah, never leave a pike unit like that in the street in the open, because slingers and stuff will handle that very easily. Unless the enemy doesn't have any projectiles, which is very doubtful, because even if you don't have any skirmishers, a lot of infantry has, you know, projectile capability, which can take out pikes. So it's tough. That's why more skilled players almost never bring pikes, because there's just so many counters to them. So many counters. But now the defenders are just sitting ducks here. They're sitting ducks because there's nothing they can really do about all the skirmishers that are coming their way. I wish the attackers had one more unit of cav. They could have been able to sneak a cav unit over here, crush these archers over here. I mean, there's a lot that they could do. They could also use them over on this side and sneak. I think you can charge through here as well. It's tough to hold the center point of Alexandria. It really is, because there's so many different pathways that you can utilize to get around the defenders. Now, do these archers still have ammo? No, they do not. Okay, so that's definitely a concern. But yeah, again, guys, here's the thing. Don't play to the defender's advantage. Don't go this way. Go this way. But if he moves his spears or pikes to counter that, keep some units over here and then push in this way. Ah, there we go. And he's falling back. Okay, smart. He's going to hold here and here. That's much better. Much better on his part. Let's go zoom in over here. What's happening here? We got Pontic Peltis with the Bronze Shield Pikemen. And so what the defenders are doing here is they're going to set up a bit of an ambush. If they push through, they're going to attack from two sides. Honestly, I think the attackers can handle this. But again, this is coming down to the wire. It does feel like the attackers have more troops. But here we go. Here's a charge. But the thing is it's a lot of archers out of ammo. Oh, yep. There they go, crashing in. Oathsworn. Oh! And now the pikes are going to close in second. Oh, man. Look at this pike formation. That was well done by the attackers. Kind of using the sword infantry to go in first, to trigger the ambush, and then send up the pikes. Because obviously you don't want the pikes... You don't want the pikes flanked. That was a nice play, brother. Bronze shield pikeman. So now would be a good time, though, to flank and push. You got to start attacking on all sides. Also, send one unit, even if it's just archers. Send a thorough spears to go around this way. And get behind these archers that are going to chew up your pikes. So that's a smart play by the defenders. Macedon using their archers to focus down the pikemen. Oathsworn down to 41. The bounce of power is pretty close, but still in favor of the attackers. We got pikemen over here now fighting. Unfortunately, kind of getting caught on the side there a little bit by the Thurio spears of Pontus. Wait a second. We got foot companions closing in this way. So, okay, there we go. He charged in with his general. Nice play. He went through that little gap I was talking about earlier. He's going to charge these archers, get tons of kills here. His general's pretty low, though, so there is a risk of the general dying. He could be overwhelmed by these archers, but we'll see. But if he can break this unit, he's going to be able to flank these guys from behind, and it's going to be disastered. Oh, this is big. Swaby hold on. The Swaby with the Swordmasters flanking Pontus. Here comes the general going on the flank. They desperately need to finish up these archers because, yeah. Oh, wait. Yeah, Swaby's coming in to help. This could be disaster. I mean, Swordmasters are really good, and if they get a unit on the flank, they're going to do a lot of damage. Now we got a pike battle. Look at this pike battle. Foot companions, I believe, outmatch the bronze shield pikemen. So they're going to win this fight. They need skirmishers to deal with this. And the thorax swordsmen are also going to handle these Thurio spears because the thorax swordsmen are just better in close combat. They're losing combat currently. Oh, nice maneuver there. Look at that little column formation to get around. Oh, that's beautiful. Look, that's what you got to do when you have more units. You got to use your numbers to flank around. Oh, and then, yes, okay, this might turn the battle. Even though it's just an archer unit flanking around, it might turn the battle here for these thorax swordsmen. In a bad way. Oh, wait, no, they're breaking. But still, attacked in the rear. They're not happy about it, but they might survive. Oh, wait, no, here comes another unit. Okay, I think the attackers... Oh, wait, hold on. There's a lot of breaking from both sides. This is... Oh, I don't know. The bounce of power is getting dangerously bad. It's might be at a point of no return. I really do hope the defenders pull this off. It would be really impressive if they do. I like this move right here. If they could, yep, they're going to try to overwhelm this side. They got to, again, consolidate. Oh, Pontus General is breaking. That's big. Guys, let me tell you, this Swordmaster unit is scary good. Even though he's getting bombarded by a ridiculous amount of troops, this Swordmaster unit, they just use sword battle rhythm. So there is a chance. Look, he almost has 400 kills. That's how good these... Especially a general unit. But unfortunately, it's just too much. And I think Macedon is also going to fall here as well, as he is surrounded. And wait, I mean, hold on. Pontus has peeled a... Hold on. Pontus just peeled a unit away from fighting the Swabian general. That might be a mistake. That might be a mistake. Oh, man. Can it really come down? Let's see. How much? We got 2 minutes left. I mean, anything could happen with 2 minutes left in this battle replay. Look at. Oh, my gosh. Macedon. Guys, Macedon just survived this engagement. And now they're going to flank. That's smart. Flank the Swordmasters. But they're going to get counterflanked by the Thorax Swordsman. And can they save this general? They're down to 14. They have 410 kills. Swaby infantry is so strong. You love to see it. You love to see it. It's all going to come down to the Thorax Swordsman. Guys, I mean, they're mostly fighting archers right now. They are mostly fighting archers. The balance of power is shifting. The balance of power is shifting. Watch it. You see it grow? You see it? This is, if they can get lucky and get a chain route, the match is, it says unit losing slightly. That could change once they break some archers here. Oh my gosh. Yeah, they're going to try to flank around. That's smart, but they got to, oh my gosh, no way. There's no way that they're about to pull this off. You got to be kidding me. This is insane. How are they doing this? I mean, the Thorax Swordsman, it's a good unit. But think about it. Macedon has lost their general. He's lost his entire army. Okay, good flank there by Carthage, but it's just Cretan archers. Is that going to be enough? Probably not. But you know Macedon is just clinching his butthole right now, hoping that he breaks this Pontic sword unit, because they've been breaking for a while. Oh, they're breaking both units. No way. No way. What is going on? Guys, I think they just won. The defenders. Wait, no. Maybe not. Maybe not. Wait, they stopped breaking. This Pontic sword unit will not die. But it says the unit is winning slightly. If it might come out on top here. 4 seconds. Oh, they pull it off. They pull it off. But what a stand. What a stand by the defenders. They almost pulled that off. That is crazy. And it just came down. Hey, got to give credit to the Pontic swordsmen. Stubborn sons of guns. They were on the verge of cracking for so long, but never did. And they do overwhelm the defenders by the skin of their teeth. So that was a lot of fun. I was rooting for the defenders. I really was, because they were at such a huge disadvantage. But yeah, this was awesome. So let's end the replay. Look at the results. So this was sent in by Chaos. I want to give him a big thank you for one. First off, can we get a round of applause for Chaos for sending in a defeat? 99% of the time, people send in victories. It's so refreshing to see someone send in a defeat. Guys, I just want close. You don't have to impress me, okay? I'm sure you win a lot of battles. I want to see some defeats that are close. But yeah, this was a great fight. You know, let me know in the comments below where the defenders could have done better, what they could have done better. I'm not a huge fan of the Macedonian army comp here. Too many militia hoplites. They really just aren't worth it. Look how little kills they got. So I think Macedon could have made a little bit better of an army. But hey, you know, you gotta love an evenly matched battle. Great job by Pontus too. Finn here getting 2,500 kills. Oh, he had a Scorpion. We didn't even see the Scorpion in action. Wow. But yeah, that was fun, guys. I hope you enjoyed. I'm just going to show you all the army builds here, just so you can see how each unit did. But that's all the time we have for today. I appreciate you hanging out. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. It really does help. We're getting so close to 1 million, so it'd be great to get it this year. Most likely it won't happen this year, but I'm feeling like next year is going to be the year. So thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time on the battlefield.